Hello again. Welcome to another edition of the book Knowledge Share. So happy to have you again. Thank you so much for being here. As usual, don't forget to subscribe to the channel down below if you like this video. So today, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about something that I really enjoy is curiosity. Curiosity. As you know, I've been reading a lot of books and I've been sharing a lot of this knowledge with you. So the idea of curiosity is something that's kind of, important to me, and it's really important to those that I feel who are quite successful. They ask a lot of questions. They really try to dig into serious and challenging problems, and they ask a lot of questions. So the book that I'm going to cover this week, called A Curious Mind, is by Brian Grazer. Brian Grazer, and I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly, is a very, very productive Hollywood producer. Now, he's done a ton of really interesting films, one of them being Apollo 13. He's done Liar Liar. He produced one of my favorite TV shows, 24, and he's done a lot of really great stuff, and he's met a lot of really interesting people because of his ability to be curious about the world around him. So the book obviously talks about curiosity and how to bring curiosity into your life, how to be more curious in everything that you do. So there's a few things that I got out of this book that I thought was really cool. And the first thing is, never be embarrassed to ask that next question. Whatever that next question is, really, that saying goes, there are no dumb questions. And in this book, Ryan really tries to let us know that it's important to ask that next question. Make sure you do ask that next question and don't be afraid of it. Okay? So ask that next question, whatever that is. Don't worry about it. Now, another thing that I thought was really, really interesting that I got out of this book is that innovation requires you to put yourself in your customer's shoes. And to do this really well requires curiosity. If you're curious about your customers, if you're curious about those you are trying to serve, those you're trying to help, innovation will follow. You need to ask questions. You need to ask insightful questions about those people who you are trying to help and trying to serve really well. Something else that I got out of this that's really, really interesting for me as a content marketer is that curiosity is a key storytelling item. And what I mean by this is, if you think about anytime you watch a TV show or even a movie, for example, or can't put a book down, curiosity is the reason why you get to that next episode. It's the reason why you want to see that next series. It's the reason why you want to see that next film, the sequel or the trequel or whatever they call them now. And it's the reason why you want to go into that next edition, because you're asking yourself, what's going to happen next? What's going to happen? How are they going to close off all these plot twists? How are they going to tie them up? And how is this the good guy going to win? So we have this curiosity, and so curiosity is a key storytelling item. And if you use curiosity to your advantage as a storyteller, as a marketer, you're going to get people to be inquisitive. They're going to want to see what's going to happen next. Give that a try. Curiosity as a storytelling item. A couple other things that I got out of this. One of them, this next point, is something that's not necessarily related to curiosity, but in general, in being productive in your life overall. And that is, if you have something to do, a whole bunch of things to do, choose to do the most hardest thing first. So if you need to make a bunch of cold calls, for example, choose to take on the one that it could be the most difficult for you to do. Make that a habit. Make that a habit to do the most difficult thing first. Make that most difficult call first. If you need to, let go of someone, or if you need to make a really difficult decision, make that decision first before all the easy stuff comes into play. And a lot of times what happens when you make that difficult call, when you make that difficult thing, a lot of the easier things, not only do they become easier, but sometimes you can just wipe them off altogether. You don't even have to do them because you made that difficult call first. And finally, the last thing that I got out of this, and I thought this was a really interesting point, and that we spend a lot of time on the internet. We spend a lot of time Googling and searching for things. And it was an interesting point that I want to point out to you as well. And that is that the internet can only tell us what we already know. And so be curious, asking questions that we don't know the answer to. That's the key to innovation. That's the key to driving really great things, driving change, driving innovation, driving sales, driving whatever it is you're trying to improve. Being curious, asking questions that might be a little outside the box, and remembering the first point that I told you, never be embarrassed to ask that next question. So I'm going to ask you a question. Can you please put some comments down in the bottom there? Let me know what you think of these videos. I want to know what you want to hear next. Tell me what you want to hear next, and I'm going to be sure to get those out to you. Going to keep reading these books, keep putting out these videos, so don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well. Be sure to like the videos if you like it. If you don't like it, that's fine too. Let me know that. Let me know how I can improve. Until next week, have yourself a great week. This is Jordan signing off. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.